All right. The first match of today, the very first match, the pre-ban is going to be Neftis and Tian Lang, two very strong LD Nat 5 of both player. Let's see what's going to be the first pick here. Is it going to be Masha once again? I think people will catch on and know how to deal with the Masha first pick. He needs to switch it up. KELVIN, what are you going for? What's going to be the flow of your strategy? It's going to be Masha first pick for KELVIN. So, probably going to be the old strategy for KELVIN, which is not exactly the best thing, but hey, you know what? If it performs really well in normal RTA, it's going to perform well here too, I hope. So Richard, he's going to go for Pontos Dominic first pick. He's locking in a strong damage dealer right off the bat. What is KELVIN answer? Is he going to go for like a speed lead Oliver and maybe a stripper like Praha or Juno to deal with the Pontos? Or is he going for more damage? He's going to go for the Gianna and the Oliver. But is Richard Pontos on Will or Nemesis? That's going to be a huge question mark for KELVIN. Because if Richard knows that KELVIN has a Gianna, then he will prepare a Pontos accordingly to counter the Gianna. So Richard's going to go for even more damage. He's switching it up. He's going to lock in the Narsha and the Ethna as well. Both can be really, really strong against Oliver. Because one can one-shot Oliver, the other one can stun him. So what's KELVIN plan here? He needs some strong fire action. But, ooh, he's going to go for a Hey Gang here. Which means he's trying to avoid a stun from the Ethna and also trying to strip the Pontos. And last week will be Changpeng for some control. There's no fire unit on Richard's side, so the Changpeng is going to be very effective if the Changpeng managed to go out with the skill 3. And last pick for Richard is going to be a Woyoung. This man owns a lot of fun, exciting, aggressive LD Nat 5, and I like that. That's going to be Woyoung last pick for Richard. He wants to end this game quickly, and he's going in with raw damage. The very nice change that I wanted to see before this match happened is that Richard's gonna go in with some big damage, and he's doing it. All right, so I think the ban's probably gonna be on... Oh, this is tough, man. I think this is very tough for KELVIN. I wouldn't know what to ban. He's gonna ban the Woyoung, and the Changpeng is getting banned out. So right now, the question is the Pontos on Will? And will the Ethna stun? But the Ethna cannot stun unless the Gianna is off Will. What's the situation here? Ethna's going first, but there is Will rune on Gianna, and the Pontos is on Will as well. So the only one that can be stunned is going to be the Masha. Nope, gonna go for the Oliver, using Hey Gang passive to push the Oliver attack bar up. This will just screw up the entire turn order of KELVIN team, because usually Oliver has to move after the stripper, and now he's moving into immunity and he's not getting anything done. The Hey Gang's moving in front of Gianna. This Gianna is probably going to be on a Vio build. Will the Gianna land a stun? But the thing is, Pontos definitely going to be on Violent. Will the Pontos Violent pro after this? But will the Pontos have a chance to save either Ethna or Dominic here? This is going to be a very crucial moment. Pontos not getting any proc, no proc for the entire team of Richard. Oliver finally have an opportunity to control the Pontos here. This is a very important moment for KELVIN. If he lock it in, and he is locking it in, he can definitely take the win from Richard. Because the Masha is very strong against the entire team of Richard. Richard doesn't really have a straight answer to the Masha right now. Even the Narsha is not looking really good because of the glancing and the potential damage from Gianna and Oliver. Not looking good for Richard at all, even though he got a good plan. He forced the Oliver to move, but because of the Pontos being on Will, there was nothing that he could do to stop the Gianna. First target down. And KELVIN team is still kind of healthy. The Masha's looking for a target. Bomb on Dominic is very important. That's going to bring down Dominic quickly, because even if the Pontos Violent proc and bring the invincibility, is it going to be early enough? Because the Dominic's in a lot of trouble right now. Here's the Marsha looking for a target to take down. Gonna focus on the Narsha, but cannot dismount her yet. Big damage from Dominic, finishing off the Gianna in one single turn. Nasha looking for a target. She has glancing debuff on, and that was going to be effective. Oliver need to reset the pawn toss, get it done. Dominic not going down just yet. Get a violent proc to finish off the Oliver. Oliver still standing strong, not going down as well. Hanging on dear life with 1 HP. Marsha, who's gonna be the target here? Gonna go for the Dominic, get the Dominic out of the way, and Oliver is gonna take away pawn toss turn and also taking away the Narsha turn as well. Oliver surviving with so little HP but still providing so much value. And right now there's no way pawn toss can save this Narsha. He was resetted twice. And the Narsha's gonna go down to the Fire Sister. And the first game goes the way of KELVIN. Well done. Gianna Narsha pre-ban for both players here. First pick for Richard. Is he getting the Marsha away from KELVIN? So he has the opportunity to go for pawn toss, KELVIN, and Dominic. Pawn toss, Marsha, and Dominic here. He's gonna take the Marsha away from KELVIN. So losing the Marsha first pick, what is going to be KELVIN's response? A lot of you guys wonder how you can counter a certain unit. And I think one of the best way to counter a certain unit is to watch how other people counter a certain unit. And here it's going to be the Water Surfer mouse to deal with the Marsha. Also a Wusa early pick here. But this will open up Richard for win unit option, and that's going to be Dominic and potentially either pawn toss protection or a stripper. He might go for like a Dominic Riley. And it's going to be Bruiser. Oh, it's going to go for a healer and stripper in one single unit. That's going to be Praha. Will he lock in the Dominic? He's going to lock in the Dominic. And KELVIN is going to go for Julianne. Wow, look at Praha win rate. That is incredible win rate for Praha. The recent nerf to the skill 1 but huge buff to the skill 3 didn't slow her down. And that's going to be Riley for KELVIN. He's going full Bruiser here. Richard has the option to go for BO3. And last pick, oh, this is going to be a tough one. Will he go for like a Changpeng or a Savannah here to follow up after the Praha strip? Because stripping is cool, but you need a follow-up. And that's going to be Oliver for the follow-up after Praha. Is he going for a BO3? He is going to go for a BO3 here to counter the double immunity super buffer coming out from KELVIN. So the last pick from KELVIN. If you're banning BO3, I think he needs to go for something like a Tessarion to deal with the Dominic damage, or even a Nana so that he can utilize the explosive damage coming out from Julianne and Mouse to gain stack quickly. It's going to be a Belio. Oh. If I'm Richard, I'm banning either the damage dealer. So I'm banning either Mouse or Julianne. And I think I'm in a very good spot right now. It's going to be Julianne ban. It's going to be a BO3 ban. Mouse will be the solo damage carry for this round. But I think Oliver and Dominic is going to really work on this Mouse very, very quickly. Okay, first turn belongs to the Mouse. Can he stun the Praha? It's going to be a very important first turn here. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. No stunning starting. And oh my god, that is a bad start for this unit. Defense break and half HP gone already. And the Dominic's gonna finish. And that's it. That is what we call a knockdown. I've been watching some martial art clips lately, and that is what I would describe as a one-hit KO, total knockout, round 1 KO right there. Yep. That's it. That's just pretty much it. That's just a one-shot KO, total knockdown. The moment the Marsha defense break and crit after that, I know it's over. I know in my head it was immediately over. When you rely on one unit to do the main damage, that unit is gonna be the main target as well. And if the unit goes down quickly, it's done immediately. The one hit KO just happened. I guess that's what we call outdrafting in Summoners War. So Richard outspeed with a speed leader. He has damage dealer setup. He was speed tuned really well because you notice the Wusa and the Riley didn't cut in between the Marsha and the Dominic. Because some people, when you rune up unit, you need to take into consideration speed tuning. It's a very huge thing. You can be slow, but you need to be slow together. If there was a huge speed gap between Marsha and Dominic, then KELVIN could have cut in between and used the Wusa shield or the Riley heal to cleanse the defense perk. That would make a huge difference. So when you rune your team and unit, pay attention to the speed tuning of your team. A lot of people talk about this when you hear a lot in high rank RTA guidance. It's about speed tuning this, speed tuning that. And what happened was a very good example of speed tuning. It was damage being followed up very orderly, right? There was nothing to come in between. There was no healing in between because there wasn't an opportunity for them to be cut in, for the healers to cut in between. So when you rune your unit, next time, pay attention to your speed. You can be slow, but you need to be slow together. So when the Martian do damage, something after that need to follow up immediately to finishing off the target. So let's say the Martian and the Dominic was slower just now in the match. The Wusa and the Riley move first to protect the mouse. But if the Praha and the Marsha and the Dominic move after the healers move, it is totally fine as well, as long as they move together. So, same pre-ban, similar pick from the first game. So KELVIN's gonna go for a control team here. Richard, what is going to be your answer? I think he has to ban the Gianna now and pick in a way that he can control. Oh, he's taking away the Hey Gang from KELVIN. So KELVIN losing the Hey Gang, the Gianna getting heavily countered by this unit, and the Ethna at the same time as well. No. Why do you not take the Hey Gang? I mean, he switched to a damage dealer, which is fine. But his last pick has to be a unit that counter the Gianna. And it has to be something like a Fire Robo, a Sekhmet, a Vert. I think a Vert is okay, but it's a little bit too late right now, maybe. Last two picks will be Triton and Ciara. So Richard can go for a Douglas, a Vert, or even a Hey Gang now is okay. He can ban Triton, pick the Hey Gang, and I think he's in a decent spot because Ethna can stun the Gianna in turn 1. And I think Richard will do just fine. But what would be Richard's last pick here? There are many options. Let's see which one he's going to go for. Hey Gang or Vert, Fire Robo, Carno, Rika. He's going to go with a Vert. A little bit more RNG. But I think the Vert is definitely going to get banned because there are too many win unit on KELVIN's team. So he needs to ban out the Triton. Yeah, he has to ban a Triton. If they're trying to outspeed the Ethna, it's going to be very bad. So I think it's going to be Vert and Triton ban. Yeah, it has to be. Or maybe a Marsha ban, because Vert is RNG and you can play around with RNG. Nope, it's going to be a Vert and a Triton ban here. So Richard will have the 24%, while KELVIN has the 33%. But Ethna has a very high base speed, which allow her to potentially stun the Gianna before she takes a turn. Ethna's going to take turn 1 way faster than Gianna. But can she get the stun? She is going to get the stun. Now is the important part with the Changpeng strip and land the strip. Missed the strip on the pawn toss. Good speed tuning with the Oliver, but Changpeng is just not a good stripper. It's just how it is. And Nasha's going to take a turn here. I think Sia is in a lot of trouble. It's going to be finishing off the Gianna, because Gianna still has skill available. So she can potentially strip the pawn toss easily. And right now Sia is meaningless. There's no more strip from Changpeng. And I think Richards just won the game right there. Good drafting, not bad. The Athena was really, really important in this match because it stunned the Gianna right off the bat. Having a high base speed unit to contest is very, very important. And also the Changpeng didn't go absolutely crazy. You know, could have been full strip into a violent proc, but it didn't happen. And it's pretty much GG. When you run a control team and you cannot strip the enemy immunity, there's nothing much else you can do because there's no healer. There's no comeback from this. And that's it. I think Rich is gonna take this game. It was a very good draft in the second game and a solid draft in game 3 as well. And he'll be moving on to the next round. Well done.